Hello there, Capricorn. Thank you so much for stopping by for your weekly tarot video forecast for the week starting July the 21st. Before we put down your cards, let me just say to everybody out there, before we throw down your cards, let me just say to everybody out there, thank you so much for all of your support and your kindness to me as I was on hiatus basically from YouTube for a couple of months. Thank you very much for those of you who stuck around, did not unsubscribe for me, just stuck with me knowing that I would come back in full force and be ready to serve you again. Also, thank you to those of you who got readings from me while I was absent from YouTube. A lot of you actually got readings from rest areas. When I was out helping my friend on the semi, I had to do a lot of readings that I had to stop and find rest areas where I could set the energy correctly to be able to do those for you. So thank you for your patience in that. And thank you for supporting me through this major transitional period that turned out to last a lot longer than I thought it would. On the administrative side, we do have a couple of things that I need to cover real quick. First of all, video quality. I know it's kind of right now. On Monday, I do have somebody coming out that will be upgrading the video, and so this will be improving shortly. I just didn't want to wait that long to say hi to you guys and get back out here and start doing my thing again. I missed you guys. I love y'all, and I missed y'all. So last thing that we need to talk about is the reading style that we're doing today. We are going back to classic Amista reading. Whenever I very first started this channel back in 2013, this is the reading style that I was giving you guys, and we're going back to that. I think I want to get back to doing weekly readings for you. The only difference is that we're doing this live instead of being pre-recorded. So that's what's going on here. Let's get ready to pull some more cards for you. We already had one card fall out while I was shuffling. We're keeping that down. That's going to be Sunday's card. Okay, so Capricorns. First thing that we did have show up, flopped right on out, flew out of the deck. This means that it is an emphatic message from Spirit for you. And this just tells me that on Sunday, there's going to be something going on in your life that you really thought was just the cat's meow. You just thought it was wonderful. You thought it was the ideal. And on Sunday, you're going to be realizing it's close. It's close. Definitely have to give it, it's close, but it's not the cigar. It is not the real, exactly what you want. It's close to it. You're closer to it than you've ever had before, but this isn't exactly what it is that you're looking for. So this is going to now take some tweaking and some adjusting to get it into that shape where you realize that it is, once again, the ideal. Okay, so something that you thought was the absolute ideal, you're realizing it's not. There still needs to be some adjustments or some changes on Sunday, Capricorn. Okay, now Monday for you Capricorns, what we have is the 10 of clubs showing up in reverse. This is pretty much a straightforward translation here. This just means that there's some kind of responsibility that you would normally be handling on Monday that you are not handling. You are not doing this. So maybe it's taking the kids to music practice, or maybe it's taking your parents out grocery shopping. For whatever reason, you're not handling whatever this responsibility is. The other thing that can be happening with this card, and I think this is happening for about 10% of you Capricorns, you're walking away from a relationship. You don't want to be accountable to another person anymore. Maybe you have a friend that's been too clingy, that wants to know your every move and what you're doing and who you're talking to. And for Pete's sake, don't talk to that person. And maybe you're deciding, you know what, I don't need all this. I'm letting the responsibilities that I've been holding towards you, I'm letting those go. Okay? So that's just an example. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can put down responsibilities and not carry responsibilities that we normally carry. Okay. It can be as simple as, the kids' music teacher got sick and you don't have to take the kids to music lessons, but something is going on where you're not carrying your full normal load of responsibilities on Monday. Okay. So next up, Capricorn, what we have is Six of Swords in reverse. This is a lifestyle change, Capricorn. You are making some kind of lifestyle change. This can be anything from exercising more, cutting out the cigarettes, cutting out gluten, cutting out dairy. Boy, I'm food oriented, aren't I? Um, this can be if you have something that's been holding you back and dragging you down in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a food product, whether it's a thought process, whether it is a psychic vampire of a person, whatever that is, you are getting rid of whatever that negative thing was that's holding you back. And it's a lifestyle change as you do this. Okay. All right. Next, we're looking at Wednesday for Capricorns. We do have the Eight of Cups showing up in reverse. That's really interesting. Excuse me. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever did that already. Eight of Cups in reverse right after the Six of Swords in reverse. Are these tied together? In most cases, these are not tied together, so we're not talking about the same situation. Although I think for the minority of you, like 3 or 4%, this would be the same situation. But Eight of Cups talks about that you had a situation that was making you feel depleted. It was dragging you down. It was keeping you from moving forward, and you walked away from that situation. Well, now when the Eight of Cups comes in reverse on Thursday, you're walking back to that depleting situation. You're going right back into it. Hopefully there's some reason why you're expecting it to be different this time. I can only assume that there's some reason you're expecting it to be different, because otherwise, why would you do that? Okay. So walking back into a situation that you had formerly left because it was depleting for Wednesday. Next up, we have Thursday. Thursday, we have the Six of Coins. This is 2 sixes for you in the same week. This week, there's going to be a lot of focus on home for you Capricorns. So Six of Coins does talk about evening things out. You may be paying off a bill or making a payment on a bill. There's going to be some kind of significant payment that you're making whenever Thursday rolls around, Capricorn. Friday, Friday. 9 of Coins. All right. I'm hearing the Beyonce song, Single Ladies. For those of you who are not familiar, you should check it out on YouTube. The Nine of Coins is a very much an independence card. So it can talk about somebody being independent. This could be talking about you Capricorns being single. This also could talk about, if you're in a relationship, this could talk about you spending some time by yourself doing your own thing. Maybe you're spending Friday in your she shed or in your man cave, if you're with somebody. But this is very much a card about independence, about doing the things that you want to do and enjoying them, and also having plenty of coin to do those things, plenty of money to do those things. Okay, so you're in a decent position financially and material good wise, and you're doing things that you really enjoy doing. And for a lot of you, you're going to be doing these without your partner. Even those of you who have partners, you're going to be doing these things without your partner. Okay, just getting some she time or some he time. Alrighty. Next thing that we're looking at talks about Saturday for Capricorn. We do have the Strength card showing up in reverse. This is not one of my favorite cards to see in reverse. This basically talks about that something has happened that you are more or less carrying the blame for. Whether you're carrying that in your own mind or whether somebody else is blaming you for this, you're carrying the blame. And so really what happens with this a lot of times is that somebody else tells you, well, you should have done this, and then that wouldn't have happened. And then you kind of buy into that line of BS and you start kicking yourself in the butt over something. It's really important when this card shows up. So on Saturday, Capricorn, if you're starting to beat yourself up about something, it's going to be really important to step back and ask yourself a few questions. The first question you want to ask yourself is, how much influence did I really have over that situation to begin with? Next question is, did I do everything I could to make it work out in a positive way. And you want to consider your whole circumstances when you do that too. This is not an excuse to beat yourself up. And then once you realize that you probably have, because most people do the best they can all the time anyway, then it's time to allow yourself to think that, you know what, maybe you weren't the whole cause of this thing going off the tracks. Maybe you weren't. Maybe that person that's trying to blame you had something to do with it. I'm just saying. But, maybe there were circumstances outside of anybody's control. So the bottom line here is don't beat yourself up for something that really isn't your fault, because this card generally comes up where we're beating ourselves up and it's about something that really isn't our fault to start with. Okay? So don't do that to yourself, Capricorn. All right? So this is a general reading, so not everybody who watches this reading is it going to apply to. If it doesn't apply to you and your sun sign is Capricorn, you may want to also check out your rising and your moon signs just to see if those jive better for you. And also, I want to let everybody know I do appreciate you being here. I appreciate the thumbs ups. Those of you who are new to seeing me, please go ahead and subscribe if you would like to see readings like this again in the future. And those of you who have seen me around a while, if you feel like this video was helpful for yourself and you feel like it could be helpful for somebody else, please share this video with that person or on whatever social media you use. I do appreciate that kind of support as well. And of course, all of you know that I do offer private readings either by phone or by Skype. And I offer pre-recorded readings if you only have 1 or 2 questions and that's all you really need help with, then pre-recorded may be the way to go. All that information can be found on my website, which is listed in the description box below. I will tell you the website, but just in case you forget, just know that it's also in that description box. And it is www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. Once you're there and you've figured out what kind of reading you would like, or if you have questions for me about the readings that I offer, feel free to get a hold of me. All my contact information is on that website. The best way to reach me is by phone or by text. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I do appreciate you all so much. Everyone have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful week. And I will see you guys the next time around. Peace out.